Hey everybody, it's Christopher. I got a little trick and tip for you today. I have an old Viking #1 Plus machine. As you can see, it's got the hairline cracks on the cassettes. This has happened. A lot of them lost the hole in there. These are very hard to come by, and they don't make these anymore, so you just have to preserve these as best as you can. So how do we preserve them? Well, I come up with a trick, and it really works. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. They sell this iron-on vinyl. They call this ThermoWeb Heat and Bond Iron-On Flexible Vinyl. Okay? This has been around for ages. In fact, this roll I bought years ago. And, but it's still out there. They still make this. Alright, so what we're going to do, take a piece like this. Okay? I'm going to lay the cassette on here. And this is the part that gets attached to the screen. So it goes in like this. Well, I don't want to cover this. I want to cover this. So I'm just going to bring that out like that. I'm going to take my rotary cutter. Just cut around the outside. There we go. Now I'm going to peel off the vinyl. This, believe it or not, this is the hardest part. Getting the vinyl separated. There we go. And then I'm going to lay the vinyl onto the cassette. And you need really good lighting to see what you're doing. So I'm trying to do this in the camera. I'm going to do this off camera so I can get into a better light, and then I'm going to go to the ironing board and I'm going to show you what we do next. Okay, now that we have this stuck on here, we want to make sure that it's not going to stick to, you don't have anything sticking over here, no extra coming on there. Okay, it's just on here. Now I'm going to iron this. I have to fuse this on here. So I've got a very thin press cloth and I got 4 layers. So I'm going to lay that over this. I'm just going to take the iron and I'm going to gently rub it around. I have it on number 3. This is my gravity feed iron. And I have it on number 3 and I'm just running in a circle. I'm going to feel it to make sure this doesn't get super hot. I just want it warm enough so it adheres. Then I'm going to put the iron down, then I'll check. I'll feel, oh yeah, that's fused on there really well. I don't know if you can see that or not. There. It's fused on there really well. See that? And I did it to my other cassettes also. You can see where they got cracks. But now, with this fusible vinyl, it's going to prevent it from coming apart. It's going to keep it together. See that? Now, my Viking #1 Plus is many years old, and it was given to me by a client whose mom died several years ago. And, you know, all these cassettes are cracking from age. So this is a great idea. This one here is the least crack I've seen compared to the rest of these. So you want to be sure. And then you see when you lose these, what you can do when you put this in your machine, you can take a stylus. You can take a stylus and push it through a touch, put pressure on there, and then it'll pop up on the screen what that is that you missed. This one's usually fixed. And then you'll probably just, like this one, I haven't done it yet. Let me see. I have to put cut a little hole there, just a slit so it fits through. So you could do that with pins. Take your pin, score it, so you're able to, pierce that. This one still has that there, so you're still able to push it through. But there's a one here that didn't. This one here didn't. So you have to actually poke it so it comes through, so you can poke it into the machine. But this one still has that little tab on there. So yeah, there's so much that these. I mean, it's great that these machines are lasting this long. I mean, these machines were made in the early '90s, I believe, and the longevity of them is great. As long as if you got one that's still working, you want to preserve everything on it to keep it going because it's a great running machine. Well, very well made. These were made in Sweden. Okay, these were the days when countries made their own machines still. You had Viking making in Sweden, you had Bernina that was making in Switzerland, you had Pfaff that was making in Germany. Now everybody's going to Asian countries to have them made. So, you know, read your labels on your machines to see where your machine was made. Just because it says a product of Germany or a product of this doesn't mean it was made there, you know. You've got to look for that label, and they're hiding them now. They used to proudly display them on the machine in the back or underneath. Now you got to look for it because they're making it even smaller where it was actually made. So I hope this tip helps you, and give it a try. And remember, do not pressure on it with a lot of steam. There's no steam. You just keep going in a quick circle until you feel that it's fused in. And now that'll protect it and prevent this from cracking apart. Isn't that nice? Okay, hope you enjoyed this tip. Bye now.